change. Yeah, your attitude won't change with it. If you see somebody looking at her, now you supposed to be okay with that. Why? That's your girl. She look good.
She look good.
I used to paint you to be a bad because you're too intelligent. See, our culture right now, they lacking information. So there's certain information we getting. You got certain people running with it, and you got certain people they learning from it. They learning with it. Like they like, damn, I don't know it, but I'm about to go teach myself on it because I just heard it from such and such. Or I just.
And what's the black people saying? You can't even lie. And y'all know I say it all the time, but I don't like to say it, but it's real. Black people love to say, "Oh, you can't help black people. Black people don't know how to act."
And that's why our culture is manipulated.
We can't do that because what's grand with it? It's your boy Yuneek, formerly known as King Kiddo. And we got 2 special guests. I told y'all for about 4-5 months, I ain't doing no podcast with nobody till I get my special guests on here, man. So we got Tree City Empire, the biggest corporation, the biggest clothing line in the 3, all that. I said it. If you ain't gonna say it, what's grand with it, family?
What's going on, my brother?
So, man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. Like I said, this shit been about 5-6 months. We just couldn't. I can say I don't know. I can't even really explain. I can say our time just. I might hit Cuz up. He might be not. You know what I'm saying?
You know, timing just be great for real.
Yeah, like, you know.
Perfect timing is what they call it.
Perfect time. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna say something about man-made time. That's why I really got. But we ain't even gonna go there. I got my dog Cam. Y'all know my little bro. Y'all should know about the songs. Y'all should know about the podcast episodes. But I finally got him on here, man. So. We're gonna get deep today. If y'all see before we even got to the intro, we was already talking deep, so y'all already know how this finna go, man. But I got some questions about the clothing line, cause man, I've been live for a good year. I can say a good year now. Probably a good year and a half. And every time I get on live, they like, hey, what's this? You know what I'm saying? You already know how to hit you up a couple times, like, yo, what's what they do? They like, hey, can I get this?
They overseas.
They overseas. Like I done made him hop on my live like just to show him like. So the first question I had, I'm gonna pull it up. What inspired the creation of Tree City Empire?
Man, to be honest,
like was it before? Like, did you make it to be like a corporation, or did you make it? Oh, this is my clothing line.
Nah, Tree City Empire came from like unity, man. Me just coming from North Carolina to South Carolina. It's a Carolina thing for real, you know. I was in North Carolina and I seen a lot of unity, a lot of shit being built, a lot of stuff being, you know, created by culture coming together, people coming together, and that's any kind of color. Ain't really no color to it.
Real.
It's just people coming together, love, good energy, positive energy, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding coming together. And me coming back to Toronto, I seen struggle still. Like, dang. They still struggling down here. But if we come together, if we be more like the trees and build more like the city, we can do a lot of things. So, you know, it took me one day, we was at the gym playing basketball. And, you know, I always been in the fashion.
Right.
Since middle school, intermediate, like, I always been in fashion. My mom, I get that from my grandma. My mama and them, they was all into fashion shows and stuff like that. My grandma used to stitch, like, clothes for people. You know, she used to dress people up for the fashion shows and stuff. So, the clothing really probably look like really being in my genes for real, like thinking about being a designer.
Just
like at a young age, really thinking about being a designer. So Tree City Empire came upon me being at the gym in Toronto, South Carolina. I was at the rec balling, and me and my cousin O'Brien, shout out to OB. We go outside, and I see something say Tree City. Welcome to Tree City, and I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So I'm like, what's Tree City? You know, I'm asking the woman at the recreation center, what's Tree City? And she was like, this the name of Toronto before it came a town.
Word.
So I was like, what? She was like, yeah, this was called an Indian town. You know, this was an Indian town full of Indians, you know, they had their own little lifestyle.
Right.
Before, you know, people moved in and took it over and started building stuff around it. So I was like, I said, man, I'm Indian. I got Cherokee in me. My grandma on Cherokee. You know, I want, you know, Tree City, that sound got a ring to it. So we go back outside. I said, yo, that's crazy. They didn't change the whole town to a whole nother Indian tribe, and it was really called Tree City. They just named it Tree City because it was full of trees.
Yeah.
And the Indians, this was the Indian land. I said, bro, I'm about to start me a clothing brand. bro, called Tree City. And bro said, bro, you need to.
Yeah.
I said, real, bro. I said, you know what? It got a ring to it, but I just can't have it as Tree City because they might try to, you know, it's probably copyrighted already. So I'm like, I got to put something behind it.
So you in high school at this point?
No, I'm out of school. It's 2016.
Word.
You know, now listen, this how long it took. Now let me tell you why greatness take long. It takes time to be great. I've been having these ideas in my mind to do clothes. Like I used to have plain pants with Nike shoes and then have the Nike pants to go with them. I write Nike on my clothes.
Yeah.
Like with markers so it wouldn't come off. So
right.
I used to do all my clothes, like designer clothes, cut my jeans up. I'm like 13, 14, cutting jeans up, getting in trouble. My mama whooping my ass.
Yeah.
Because cutting up good clothes, but I was wanting to be different. I always wanted to be different. I ain't never want to be better than nobody. I just want to be different.
That's real.
You know, everybody had, like, in Africa, they got their own kind of kings. They wear their hair a certain way. They cut their hair a certain kind of way. They wear certain kind of medallions and jewelry and stuff to be notarized as a certain person. Everybody got their own unique personality who they supposed to be.
Right.
Feel me? Everybody great in every kind of way if they just think that way, you know. But anyway, you know, I always had this designer thing creation with me, but I went home that day from the gym thinking about that brand, and the damn show Empire came on. And I said, and I ain't just gonna give it to myself, I'm gonna give it to God. Cause when Empire popped up on the TV, something inside of me said, that's it. I said, damn, TCE, Tree City Empire.
Yeah.
And I kept saying it in my head. I said, Tree City Empire, Tree City Empire. I tapped my lady, I said, hey. I said, wake up. I said, check this out, babe. I want to start a clothing brand. And I want to name it Tree City Empire. Something in my head say, look to see if it's a clothing brand. You know, this how the creator works with people. This how God works with people. Now, you know, when you got great things inside of you and you got good energy around, it's going to help you speak upon it. So that person can give you motivation and all that. Everybody's somebody to help somebody. Everybody for somebody. Everybody for the help. If they ain't, you're going to feel it. You're going to know if it's real or not. So, you know, I know she was a helpful person. She was like pretty much my soulmate. So I'm like, you know, I'm going to let her know that I'm going to start this, you know, boom, boom. We both working at the time. I'm like, damn, what did it cost? I'm thinking about the cost, but it wasn't even the cost no more. The money wasn't even on my mind. It was about me trying to get the community together. I'm like, yo, if I start this clothing brand and I get up a lot of money, I'm going to start helping people. Like people that ain't really got it like that, people that's probably ain't, you know, can't pay their bills, they can't do certain things. I want to be that person that blow up in the town to get back to the town, you know. I ain't want to be the star. I don't want to be the person that got it all and can't help nobody.
Right.
You know, because that leaves you a target. You feel me? And I always came from giving and caring for people anyway. So, you know, we went online. We checked, you know, it probably took about a couple of hours. And nothing was in that clothing brand. Like, nothing was called Tree City Empire. Not even the damn Tree City itself.
Yeah. It
didn't have a clothing brand. Like, the company didn't have a brand or nothing. They just had, they sell trees and stuff like that. So I'm like, damn. I'm about to copyright it, put it in my name. I'm about to get LLC. I'm about to start this shit. I'm all in one day. I did this all in one day. And it cost me like, forget what it cost, because it was priceless for real. But it wasn't high like that. It was priceless. So the idea is what was the greatest idea that came to me though. The Empire. Tree City was already something I was gonna name it, but I couldn't do it without something being on it because I just couldn't have it as Tree City. Yeah. It's already something. It was a town. The town could be doing all kind of little slick stuff with it. I don't know. So I just wanted to see if I could start my own corporation. You feel me? So once I did it, and you know everything came back. IRS went through IRS, boom, boom, came back. I was so grateful when I first started it. I threw a party in cash.
Yeah.
I threw a party for the Carolinas for real. You know, it was one of the biggest parties they had in cash at the Hilltop. You were there. You were there. You were a little younger because it was 2017 when I had the party. You know, big party. I'm talking about overpacked. I had people from North Carolina, South Carolina. I'm talking about all over.
Yeah, I might have been there.
You was there. I promise you was there. You want me to tell you I know you was there because cause of Zayden was there, like Zay and you and Zay and all y'all boys around the same age. Zay Johnson, all them, like y'all right around the same, like you probably what, 24, 25?
23, yeah. I'm 23.
No, matter of fact, you 23, okay. Zay them about like 2 to 3 years older than you.
About 25 years, 26.
Yeah, they about 26, 27. It's still around the same. Yeah. They in middle school. Y'all around the same.
For sure.
So the party was big. You probably wasn't there, but I think you was.
I think I was there.
I've been to the
Hilltop 2 times.
Because it wasn't no. I didn't really have an age limit to it because I was giving out free food and it was free till 12.
I probably just ain't know that was no shit.
Yeah, nobody knew it was mine because listen,
God, no.
What's so crazy? The Hilltop had just, it wasn't opening for parties.
Yeah.
And I threw a party there. My cousin Coupad owned it.
Yeah.
Feel me? So we throw the party. The party was successful. I got like thousands of dollars. So I invested that money into the brand. So I went and got probably like 500 t-shirts. And I gave like 100 and some away, like just for free, just giving them away. I parked at Fats, the restaurant. We had Fats then. You feel me? I pulled up at Fats and started getting on Facebook and telling everybody to pull up. I got t-shirts. I'm giving out t-shirts, whatever your size. I got it right now for 3X all the way down to small. So I gave out a lot of clothes. Boom, boom, gave out a lot of clothes. Sold a lot of clothes, and I was, really had a drive for it. You feel me? I'm having a drive for this thing. I'm talking about like going with the money moment of it, like getting all the money, putting it back into the clothes, giving back to people I'm pulling up on, just random people.
Yeah.
You might have somebody homeless. I'm giving them shirts, giving them money, and learning to understand that I was giving back to a town that didn't want me to have a crown. I was giving all this, I was doing all this for this town, because I did it more in South Carolina, in Cheraw, than I did it in North Carolina. I used to go to North Carolina with like 10 shirts.
Yeah.
But I keep the big bunch down here because I'm knowing like certain people get off work, they be like, I want to buy a shirt, And everybody that I was looking out for, I wasn't wanting nothing in return. But the ones that were supporting, the money wasn't good, the energy wasn't good. They was buying it, but they didn't really support me. They wasn't supportive for me to go up for real. They just wanted to show I bought a shirt from.
Yeah.
You can't try to say I ain't supportive.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they didn't have the good energy for me. Like they didn't want to see me be at the top because they seen what I was doing. You feel me? And I felt like these people were kind of older than me. They in position way before I was. They could have done this what I'm doing. But it was jealousy there, and I couldn't feel it at the time. I'm gonna tell you, I felt it at the time, but I wasn't notarizing it, like noticing, like that's what it was. Like I'm like, I hear the little slickness, but at the end of the day, they showing love. As I thought, I thought it was showing love because you would think people giving you money showing love, but really they don't be showing love. They really got a grudge with the money they giving you, and the whole time they can be poisoning the money that you got.
Money ain't good money.
And that way you will separate all the glory you had coming in. You done let that poison come in with that glory, and it start crumbling your money down. You feel me? So I started seeing my money fall because I was accepting everybody's money. Like I say, it's back to an energy thing, I was doing it all for the town, for good energy, to do positive things for the town. And everybody in the town, they want to see me with a crown, My mom called me king before I done things like this, kingly things like this, My sisters called me king. Everybody was calling me king as a representative. He gonna know how to lead us. Not king over everyone. King over the family to understand how to lead us. He's gonna lead us. If your mom calling you a king, that's understanding she know your leadership.
Right.
I'm fathering her at a son age. I'm her son, and I'm moving like an adult because certain people, like I say, you got people that they be older, but they still be stuck in their ways, so they didn't learn nothing new.
They be older and not wiser.
Right. And we ain't taking nothing from them, but they just stuck in their ways. That's why I say they be stuck in their old ways. So that means they don't want to learn nothing new. But, I got parents like that, Not saying they can't learn nothing new or they're not very smart, intelligent people. They don't want to learn nothing new. Yeah. So that means you're stuck in your ways. That's being grumpy. And I still love them and care for them, but I understand, like, damn, I'm doing all this stuff, and I'm accepting the wrong money because I'm thinking it's support and love. Whole time my money crumbling. You know, it's going down, meaning like I'm doing things that I wasn't.
The energy that you get from it. So
and then I'm getting around, and me back to saying like, you gotta isolate yourself from people. That's a fast. You gotta fast. You gotta get yourself away from people and fast. Not just food. Fast with the energy of all. Get away from all this negative energy of whatever energy it is. Discombobulated energy, confused energy. Get away from and get to yourself to learn what's going on. And once I started like breaking away from people, the money was pretty much gone, but it was all around when I was around all the people. Right. You know, because you know, you throw a little bread out to the birds, you're gonna see thousands of birds come. You know, you throw something out in the water, you're gonna see a lot of fishes come. So anything you got going on that's got a little paper involved, bread, pretty much people wanna, the energy comes to it. So learn money is energy. We don't know that though, but now I'm putting y'all on something. So money is energy, and there's all kind of energy. It's confused energy. It's competitional energy. It's negative and positive energy. So you know you can do good things with the money, but if you get it from certain energy, it'll fuck up your money.
Like
so,
trap.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's why it's called trap.
Yeah, that's definitely why it's called trap. You
and it's coming fast.
You trapping for a reason, but the reason is not to be successful. It's for to put you in a spell of understanding that you're going in a cycle of whirlwind, and you ain't ever gonna get up out of it if you don't learn that the definition of trap is trap. You trap yourself in.
It's in the name.
Yeah, you trap yourself into the world of bullshit, and you don't want to get up out of it because it smells good, it feels good, excitement.
Coming fast.
Yeah, attention off of it. You know,
the human mind just love it when it comes fast.
And that's back to manipulation. It's a manipulation thing with it. If you let it control you and let it get you to the point where you think it's all good and gravy, back to me. Like me giving back, getting all the money, and start seeing it crumbling because I started accepting money from wrong energy. So I went up to come down for a lesson. You know, I got a blessing for a lesson. You know, and I wasn't learning why I was getting this money. I was just getting it because that's what I prayed for. But you gotta watch what you pray for. Because, you know, I prayed for all that, but I didn't pray for understanding with it. You know, then I learned to pray for understanding with when I get things and all that, but I still was losing because I had it all and I didn't ask for that, you know. So God had to let that prayer go through because I had asked for it, you know. People don't know, you gonna get what you pray for. I asked for 3 cars. I got 3 cars. You feel me? I asked to move out of Toronto. I moved out of Toronto. I wanted a lot of things. I got it. And I seen without it, when I lost it, started losing it, without it, I was more grateful for not having it anymore because I wanted it, but I didn't need it. You know, I mostly needed the love, respect, honesty, and trustworthy people around me. But I was trusting into everybody because I was trying to save a town that was broken. You know, you know, I was trying to save a town that was broken. I come from the high school. I graduated down here in Toronto. So me seeing that the high school didn't give me
my raised.
Right, it didn't give me my opportunity. Right. You know, so I thought of starting a brand.
You know, people that didn't get the opportunity as well.
A lot of people.
So I got the key.
Yeah. So me just learning like I could put light on people.
Right.
I can shine light on everybody now. Like I'm not a person that's gonna keep it to where nobody can feel good about themselves just because I got a brand going.
Right.
So when people started asking me about the brand, because you know it was other brands that was while I was making a brand. Don't get me wrong, I was involved in the brand with Vulture.
Yeah.
I was with them before I came out with my own brand. And when I started branching off, it kind of got a little conflict with us, but it got better because I had to understand that will hurt somebody if you partner away from them, but then you got to look at it, you're hurt too in a situation with a person that ain't taking your ideas serious.
Right, yeah.
You know, I got ideas too. I wanted to be acceptable just like all 3 of our ideas of being acceptable, but I felt like I was the black sheep, you know, and you know, certain people feel like that wasn't it, but you got to look at what I seen though. Right. You know, I seen that it only was getting okay if somebody else said okay, but it's supposed to be a 3-man thing, so all 3 of our okay
is supposed to be uneven anyway. So it ain't like you can
so it's uneven with the numbers, so we already got to get a 2/1, you know, and I was that one that was left out. So I was like, fuck it, you know, let me start my own shit and we still can support each other. You know, we branch off and support each other because I feel like my ideas will go better with what I already got in mind to do. But I don't want to do it because you started yours first.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, Vulture came out before Tree City. You feel me? But we supposed to both been successful together. And you know, competitional things came between, but you know, people don't want to speak on real things, and you got to speak on real things. Competitional things came because people didn't like the fact that certain people ain't got to go to school and stuff to be great. You know, like Cuz went to school to be a graphic artist and all that. Like I didn't go to school for that shit. I was gifted with that.
Yeah.
You know, I knew how to draw and all that shit in school, and I stopped drawing. Feel me? So, you know, he good with the pen, you know, and I'm like, shit, we supposed to use each other for the good of it, not for the bad. But, you know, not saying he ain't a great person or a good person, because he's doing grateful things now, he's doing good things now, but they had to get to a peaceful with ourselves. You know, and I felt like outsiders had that shit mixed in too, where it was kind of like about to be a beef, because I ain't gonna say we beef though, because it was never no personal thing with each other, me and him together, we cousins, we family. It was a brand thing, you know. I think people was going off fan base, and this is what social media does. A lot of evil things to us. People started looking at people was fucking with somebody's brand more than the other one, and I didn't want it ever to be like that. I wanted to be where they fuck with both of us. I can rock both our shit. I'm rocking Tree City one day, I'm rocking Vulture the next day. I'm rocking Tree City when I'm rocking, and I kept doing the shit to the point where I didn't see nobody else doing it, and we both owners. That didn't feel right to me. You feel me? I can rock yours, take a picture, and get 100 and something likes. We doing numbers now. Yeah. Now we're gonna go to numbers because we looking at like, hey, we support each other. We're gonna put our numbers together.
Right.
You know, I did numbers with Vulture. I put Tree City on. I did numbers with Tree City. Then I'm looking at it like, damn, we supposed to carry this on. If I'm an owner of my brand, you own your brand. We rock my shit too. Nobody wasn't doing that.
Right.
So I felt some type of way, and you got to get out your feelings when you're doing business. So I was wrong. That's why you gotta accept what you do, good and bad, with yourself. You know, then you'll fix problems. You know, because I really made it a problem when it wasn't really a problem, but it was some jealousy there though, and I wasn't a jealousy person. You feel me? The people that was being a part of the brand, that had people in their ear saying, "Oh, he started his shit, he trying to make people," and and it wasn't never that. I come from the streets. I come from the struggle. I come from a trench situation of we thought we'd never make it. You either gotta rap, play sports, or do some shit like entrepreneur. Yeah. You feel me? Or you'll never think you're gonna make it coming from Churraw, South Carolina. I promise you, this is real. You're gonna have to become a worker or a person that working at a plant, or you know, doing some kind of 9 to 5 to where you gotta take care of your family. You'll be good family men. That's why we got good moral men down here, good respectful men down here, because we know what it feels like to struggle to take care of your family. You know, out of cities and shit like that, they got so many cheat codes. They take a risk every day. We don't really got that way we can take a risk like that, because down here is still racism. They lock us up for petty shit, bullshit for a long time, and they take our freedom away from us.
Fuck 'em.
So we be scared to do certain things. So I felt like I turned my trapping lifestyle into a entrepreneur lifestyle because it was no other way out. I didn't get to make it in sports. I was wanting to do the wrestling shit for Olympics, because I was, I told you, I was around my cousin. He wrestled in the college, did champion in college, went to the service, wrestled in the service, then went to the Olympics, and then he just became a coach. You know, so that shit showed me like you can accomplish a lot of things, but you gotta have these. You know, you need people behind you. You know, he had a good school behind him. He had things behind him. Put him in college and all that. You know, he had good family. You know, where we come from, we don't really got all that. You know, because you got good family, good loved ones. They care, but financially, jobs ain't paying enough for them to put a lot of shit behind us. To put us in the nicest things that we want to be in, because it's a struggle. And I felt starting a brand could make a person like me rich fast, so I could save what was going on. But back to what I was saying, the town don't want to be saved. You know, and you got 100 people that'll love you and respect you, but 1,000 motherfuckers don't want to see you go to the top of the roof because they see that they ain't doing that. You trying to open doors to too many people, and you get fucked over like that. So I felt like me starting Tree City brand, I was willing to show everybody the code. If it was a cheat code, I was learning it to give it to everybody. And I felt like people didn't want me to do that. Because once I started telling everybody, bro, you should start your brand, I felt like the city got mad at me. Because people were scared to make brands at first when they just seen Tree City and Vulture. They're like, what the hell? Yeah. Damn, I want to start a brand, but I don't want nobody to think I'm trying to copy them. Everybody was saying that shit, like, I want to start a brand, Dirty Racks. Yeah. Before they started theirs, before No Lacking, everybody, I'm telling these people, like, yo, start it. Start it. No Lacking, that my little cousin, he blew the fuck up. You feel me? Got connected to the right people, and then I think they on the outside looking in like, y'all niggas up right now. Whole time we struggling because we getting in the mix of letting people make us competition. Throwing our energy off, throwing our blessings off what God really got for us in store. But you know, it's all for the makings of times to come to go up, times to come to go down, to come back around and go back up to see if you can stay that way. You know? So I think for my breakdown, because God showed me a way to understand, focus on yourself now. You know, focus on yourself and focus on the energy that's gonna accumulate your wealth up.
Real.
You know, they want to see you up. You know, just like when I seen you rapping, you know, me knowing you been rapping since middle school through high school and all that. I'm knowing I'm an entrepreneur. I got a brand. Hey, let me invest in him. Anything he got going on, I want to do something for him. I want to put the clothes in his hand. I want to make sure he understand that, hey, bro, you got somebody here that want to see you do right and want you to be throwing your money on this high price shit. So when you got people around you that can just put it in your hands, they're like, hey, bro, I know what the look is right now for the joint. Let me put it in your possession, so where you ain't gotta be spending no $1,000 on no Gucci and no disrespect to Gucci.
I don't even like that shit.
Louis.
I ain't disrespecting them, but it's, to me, it's just most of that shit is bullshit.
Yeah.
Most of that shit be Levi pants. They'll mark the Levi out of that shit. Put whatever they name.
And cut it up.
That's a family name. Y'all don't even know what y'all be. Well, like that's what I'm not.
It's a company, it's a family company that will support us. I'm gonna just be honest like that.
They not even for it.
Yeah, so
we the #1 consumers.
That's a fact. So me learning to what entrepreneur and companies and brands was about, I went up to go down to go back up big to where now I'm out go around with this brand. I'm gonna get a building, which I had a building before. You know, we talk about that more, but I had a building downtown.
Yeah.
You know, with the salon and the clothing store in it. You know, you had people like the police officers wanting to shut us down. You know, all because they felt like we had to be manufactured. Like we had to be making the clothes. We could be ordering them and then, you know, doing our own what we do. You know, like they wanted us to be we stitching and making the cotton shirts ourselves and all that. Like pretty much hating because ain't no other Walmart ain't doing that. Feel me? So I learned like you can do a lot of things, but if you ain't got the talent behind you, it ain't gonna accomplish the way you want to accomplish. So you gotta be now quiet when you're doing it. We was loud. I was on the internet every day with it, letting people see it. Like I was putting it in their face to where I wanted, and I'm not gonna see it. Certain people ain't gonna tell you this, but I'm gonna tell you. I wanted the attention from it. I wanted the love from it. I wanted a lot of things from it because I wanted to give back. But when you want things that don't want for you to be at the top where you at, you will crumble. Because you're not understanding the energy. You're thinking everybody want to see you up because they liking your shit, but the whole time they don't want to see you up. So now that I moved quiet, I learned this is the way to be. You be quiet to put it in their face on a more platform of what you got going on. You might have somebody blow up on some cuz right now with the sports. You feel me? Like certain things he get invented to. He could be in Tree City collar shirt. He could be playing basketball.
I was just gonna ask you about that.
Yeah, you know, I do all kind of stuff when it comes to the clothes though. Like from the shoes to the socks to the drawers. I was giving everybody ideas and they didn't take them, but they took it into mind to do it when I wasn't doing it.
Yeah. You
know, I was supposed to be the person to do it first, but I was giving everybody else the idea. Like, bro, you need to start some socks, bro. You know. And I was the person that supposed to start the socks first, didn't even start it.
Hold on,
Go ahead. I'm gonna tell y'all another motivation that made me go hard, making me go harder with the brand. I had to learn why did I start it in the beginning. Now I gave y'all the culture of my grandma and them was doing the fashion shit, but see, my mom was a booster.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I'm gonna give y'all another thing. I turned a negative to a positive. I used to have all the hot clothes back in the days. Meaning hot clothes. Like my mama used to boost. You feel me? She might have bought my shoes but didn't buy my clothes. So all my fly shit, a lot of niggas used to hate because my mama used to go take the shit. But she learned how to be giving back to the hood so nobody would hate. So my mama got the whole hood fly. You feel me? She boost just not for her kids, everybody kids.
Yeah.
Some paid, some didn't pay. It didn't really matter. She was doing it from the heart. She wanted to be where nobody was trying to try her kids or harm her kids off of their nice clothes. So she wanted everybody to be nice. So she took a sacrifice. My mama was a sacrifice person, a lamb. She was that sacrifice lamb of the hood that made sure everybody ate nicely. If she had the most food stamps, she made sure everybody in that section she was in ate. Yeah, so I got that heart from my mama. So I used to look at it as a negative when she used to boost. That shit used to make me mad because people used to be like, "Oh, you fly as hell because your clothes stolen." So as I got older, I learned that I was gonna be a designer with clothes or something like that because I was gonna turn what my mama was doing into something positive. I was learning not to steal. Like I ain't gonna ever be a person that had to steal no clothes. I'm gonna be a motherfucker that's making clothes and designing clothes, you know, because my mama stole them back in the day. Then when she broke it down to me while she was boosting, she said, "Baby, we come from people that make clothes. So why we gotta go in the stores and buy them?" So that made me be a person that give back a lot when people might take it as, "Damn, bro, you gave back. That's how you fucked up your money." Nah, which I did fuck up money like that too though, but nah, I didn't, because giving back gave me more power with God, gave me more favor with God, gave me more of a praying power, not power over nobody, but a praying power to understand like I was giving this life to give back to people that don't really know about life, to show them what life is really about. You can have it all and give and lose and get it back, but don't ever want something from life. You're supposed to learn this life, because this ain't the end.
That's real.
You know, we got plenty dimensions to go through. You know, we just sperm cells right now living in the world, and don't let this go over your head. But God always been fucking the world right. We just ain't been the person that understand that we are the jewels. You know, we the jewels to the situation. Life always been not a fuck up. It's been fucked from all kind of different directions to where you gotta give a fuck about it. You know, when you don't give a fuck, you fucking up. You know, when you give a fuck, you'll learn like, damn, this how I fuck it up. You know, cause life is a hole. When you look through this shit for real, it's a hole. You know, it ain't round, it ain't a circle, it's flat. Cause everything is simple, flat out.
Right.
If people don't look at the world as flat, they gotta look at it from a higher view. If anybody flew on a plane, and you ain't take the knowledge to look out them windows to see ain't shit above us. Cause you go to above, you're coming down because you can't go over certain atmosphere because it ain't meant for you to go to that dimension yet. Yeah, these bodies are just vehicles right now, you know. So people gotta understand that this lifestyle we living right now is for to learn.
Hey, it's crazy you said somebody not giving a fuck. That's why I started laughing, because I looked at his head. If y'all see his
no fucks given.
No fucks given. I said, damn, that's crazy out of the universe. You feel me?
Yeah. And I forgot I wore this shit today too. That's crazy. But
I saw that when you said it, I looked straight up. I said, damn.
And I learned that from a wise man the other day at the store when he was like, God been fucking the world right for the longest, but people just don't give a fuck. That's why they fucking up.
Yeah.
And he wasn't saying that all what I just said. He just was like, God been fucking the world for a long time. People just don't know that. And I said, what the hell he mean? And I started looking up that shit. I was like, what? Mother Nature. The world is Mother Nature. God is the universe. It takes two to make the children that we are. You know? So we the children. We children of God. Yeah, we the children of God. Everybody is a child of God. And the mother is our mother of all things. You know, everything right now we live amongst. That's why I don't like to kill bugs and shit. Now, if I do, I ask God for forgiveness because I don't like spiders. I don't like a lot of them things, flies, gnats, or nothing. But
yeah, real.
I always ask the Creator to forgive me. And
the more spiritual you get, that's how you be though. You be self-aware, like damn.
And I want to talk to
do got a family to go back to.
That's a fact.
But he and my, you know what I'm saying?
My president, he might do something wrong. He don't mean to. He's scared. He don't know who I am.
Exactly.
You know, nobody knows nobody. We just learning each other. That's why it's good to know good energy. Because once you feel good energy, you feel peace. There's no harm can be around you, because once you feel 1, 2, 3 that got positive energy, you at peace. Right. Once a negative energy is around, believe me, it'll get away from that positive energy. Because we outnumbering it. If a negative energy outnumber a positive is gonna get away from it. Right. Because outnumbered. We learned that
from school. So yeah, that's real.
You gonna
and we are energy.
Yes, we are energy.
When they taught you, and I don't really like to talk about science, but when they tell you about science and say energy never dies, you learn energy never dies. You know what I'm saying? It cannot be destroyed. Shit, they telling you about you. Everything is energy. I did want to ask. Okay, the first one. So because they kind of go with what we was talking about.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say who or what inspires y'all to become your highest self. Did anything like was it something the oh man, something ain't right about the world, or
I'm gonna let you answer.
It was like you know what I'm saying? Or was it somebody that, oh bro, that makes sense. Let me go in this direction. You know? Or was it both? You know what I'm saying? It could be both.
Try to be a better person. They don't know how to say it, but like not trying to be better than somebody, but you know what I'm saying? Meaning inspiring me. Like what gave you a drive to be who you are?
Who you are today?
Like what you doing?
Like how you tapped in?
How you want to be?
How you know who you are? Like what
you looked up to?
Or who? Who? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Dad, mom, somebody on TV.
Watching your lives.
Yeah.
Really got me tapped in.
So your big cousin gave you that drive.
That's love. That's love. That's what I do it for, man.
That's
what I do it for. Yeah.
Seeing stuff, noticing stuff, seeing stuff, kind of look.
Now this is gonna throw y'all a loop here.
Right.
See, you see how that positive gave you a drive to be who you are and what you're doing today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put y'all on something that's gonna throw you in a loop, but gonna bring you back around to a positive note. It took my negative, gang banging, trying to sell drugs, like start my own gang. It took all my negativity to help me know. To inspire my positivity in who I am today. Cause I think me being growing up as a bad child and didn't know I was bad, but just hearing I was bad and just hearing people kept saying you bad,
real.
That shit made me be better and worse. So when I got a little older, I started knowing my energy was shifting because I was learning things. Like a lot of people coming from the trenches don't want to learn.
Yeah.
I wanted to learn different. Like with the brand and shit, I could have stuck with just trying to upgrade with drugs for real, you know, because it made more money. People help people that way sometimes too. But I said, you know what? I don't want to be like nobody. So my negative showed me how to be inspiration to my positive. Like that's what it brought me to knowing like if I can be at my greatest being bad, what the fuck can I do at my motherfucking good?
Yeah.
You know, I can be.
That's real.
Like Superman. Real. So that shit showed me like, what is my good about? Yeah, cause I was good at negative shit. Like, man, I was motherfucking a shotter. Like the movie Shotter, I took that shit and really ran with it. Like movies was inspiring me more than my family was. Cause I seen arguments all the time. Breakups, family going through family function, doing bullshit. So I'm like, how the hell they love each other? How they tell us not to disrespect each other? Not to, and they doing the opposite.
Yep.
So I watch movies to bring my lifestyle to what it was today. Not movies turned me to an entrepreneur, but movies turned me to a bad guy to know my good. And then the streets and the hood fathered me. My mama was a good mom. My grandma was more of the mother of the whole camp. She the queen bee. So my granny raised me, my granddaddy and granny raised me, but they can't raise 4 to 5 kids all at one time. So I was the outside sheep because I had the nice things. Remember I told you my mama spoiled me in the finer things, so my bad turned up because I got like treated like the outside. Like I didn't go to, I never went to Carowinds, so I grew up to go to Carowinds with my son. I never went when I was young, but all my cousins went. Never went to no kind of fun events because, you know, I was that sassy mouth kind of, you know, you think you know it all. You know, so you sit your ass back, watch the house, boom, boom, boom. You feel me? I'm watching the house at the age of 8 and 7.
That's real.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm watching. I'm changing Pampers.
That's real.
At 7, 8 years old, like.
That's real, boy.
Yeah, I was knowing how to be a parent before I became a parent, but I'm still learning how to be a parent today because that shit you ain't learning when you young. You just seeing it. You feel me? And you going through it, but you ain't learning like, damn, it's setting you up for something. Feel me? So by the time I got 17, 18, I thought I was gonna die, so I hurried up and tried to have kids. Yeah, I rushed kids out here, so me learning to know my good now, I'm the happiest I ever been. Like, that's even and I still go through shit, but I'm the happiest I ever been because I know what I was good at being bad, and now I'm learning how to be good. It's taking over the years of all my bad. Like, you got the good days and the bad days come in with that shit, because I was bad for a long time. Feel me? Now that I'm good, like, I'm thinking like, damn, just because I was good that whole year, I think that shit take away all my bad.
Yeah, like that.
You know, that's when God that's why I love God, bro, because I have to rewind and think about the times like, you stuck up a lot of people, boy. You know, you you did a lot of, you know, I'm not gonna talk too crazy, but you know, did some shit. Yeah, you know, and you didn't give a fuck. So now that I give a fuck, I learned that, you know, peace beyond me a lot of ways. You know, that's why I pray for my kids, because shit, you know, I ain't kill nobody, but
I already know.
You know,
I already know.
What if you killed people with sadness, hurting their feelings, and they went and committed suicide or got in a car accident or started doing drugs, or they killed a nigga pride and beating him up? You know, what if you know, was fresh all the fucking time and nigga ain't never tell you, and you made his girlfriend leave him alone because he didn't pursue in that kind of swag, and she fell for a nigga like me but didn't talk to me. You know, a lot of things we don't think about that we fuck up with people that probably look up to it, and they don't tell us until you catch them a couple of years later, like, bro, you know what, bro, I was jealous of you, bro. Yeah. But I ain't want to hurt you and nothing like that. I was just like, how the fuck this nigga goddamn come from where I come from? He goddamn doing a little better than me. And the whole time he don't even know you struggling. He just seen you look good. Oh God. Yeah, he like, damn, bro, you got gold on, you got all that, bro. Let me get $100. Real shit. Whole time he ain't got nothing but 100. Shit. He don't even know that. He'll think like, ain't no fucking way, bro. You feel me? But you know, once niggas humble themselves to knowing like, everybody ain't on a high horse. Real. Nah, everybody ain't on a high horse, but I'm at I feel the greatest right now at my good. This is the highest I ever been. Like, I get a high sometimes when I ain't even smoking. Yeah, I get a high sometimes when I ain't even smoking, because I learned like, damn, what I overcome, and I outlast a lot of people. You know, the age I'm at right now, that mean that I outlasted a lot of people. Like, certain people died at 18, 17, 16. Yeah, they died early. You feel me? So
we were just talking about that before the camera started rolling.
They died early, so now that, you know, this probably what inspired me, bro. My good point of me. To look back at my bad me. So that's always been the journey now. It's me versus my bad me.
Me versus me.
Yeah, my good me versus my bad me. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a balance though.
Yeah, I liked the bad me, but I love it.
That's real.
Yeah, I care about the good me. I ain't give a fuck about the bad me. Yeah, I ain't care about people feeling. Yeah, I ain't care about people feeling none of that shit. I was a Tasmanian devil. Really twist some shit up, like.
Quick, not even think about it.
Yeah, only person I want to turn on was my mama.
Real.
Or my grandma. Like, I wouldn't flip on a woman, but niggas, and that's what I learned. That's something we drived on. Like, that's why blacks go against blacks today, because we've been hurt by ourselves. So we just turn against it, think like we got to hurt ourselves, hurt one another. When we're hurting ourselves, because we've been hurting ourselves by thinking the wrong, going through the wrong, putting it all to the max. So this motherfucker better not make me mad. You know, that's why and then I think, and I ask God for forgiveness, because I was really on some energy today, like my buddy, when I was like, I wanted, you know, doing wrong. You know, I really don't want no problem with buddy though.
Real.
And I can see myself, because just a few minutes ago I couldn't see myself being around him. I just can't see myself sharing energy, as a shaking hands, being a friend, because I know he don't got no self-control, and he'll make a person that got self-control get out of control off of trying to protect themselves, and people look at you wrong for doing it, because they don't know that you ain't even in the wrong. You just trying to protect yourself from the wrong, because they don't know what's going on for real.
Right, I'm trying to go home.
Yeah, real shit. They don't really know what's going on with when it comes to people trying to protect themselves from negative energy. Because certain people don't know they're negative and they're positive. They just thinking like they just how they is. Oh man, I turn up like this. This is what I do. I clutch on people. But you don't. That's not what if we had a gun, what you was doing? That's what I be trying to put niggas on. So if you weren't fighting before you had a gun, why the fuck you got a pistol? Because if somebody take your gun from you and throw the gun in the water and they tell you got a thump, now you all you got. So that's gonna show where you a man at, and certain people don't know they still be up in age, but they still have boy in them. Because you gotta learn when you're a boy to be a teenager, to be a young man, to be a young adult, to be a young man. You know, it's stages to this shit, bro. Yeah, it's stages to this shit. It's stages to life, bro. Like, especially when us males, we ain't got it easy.
I was gonna ask, how can y'all tell the difference between, this deep for real though, because you just said something about all money and good money.
That's a fact. How
can you tell the difference between healthy support and depending too much on somebody?
Build with yourself first, so you can know how energy feels.
Like discernment.
Okay, pretty much.
I just learned that word.
Okay,
so that, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna put you on to where a fake handshake and a smile. A motherfucker shake your hand, give you a smile on your face, but frown behind your back once he hugs you. So you gotta understand the mix of it. Everybody that gonna say they gonna support you, they gonna support you. And they gonna tell you sometimes, or they just gonna show up. But everybody that say they support you or they gonna support you, they might do it just for the important of you to know if you do blow to help them.
That's real.
You feel me? Like, certain people post your shit and show you love, but the whole time they don't really want to see you blow for real.
Just on some, oh yeah, I did this, so yeah.
Because if you do blow, you gotta think about it. They're gonna feel like you owe them something.
Feel like they entitled, yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna feel like you owe them something. So you gotta always know, when it comes to people showing you love and supporting you, they ain't really tripping about it. They ain't running about it. They ain't looking for a handout. They ain't looking for a ride or a post from you or a shout out, or, you know, everything be unannounced. Like what happened when you did. I never knew what was going on. You feel me? Like, so.
Yeah.
It be genuine though. That be your spirit. You feel me? Cause you gotta think about it. When I acknowledged you that day and I called you God, you ain't really know what I was talking about.
Yeah.
You started looking into it. That's when I started seeing you in your spiritual. I said, I called
him
God.
So I'm glad he said that, because when I first started my podcast, I told y'all I started getting spiritual probably like that. We always been spiritual. I can always say that. Once you get spiritual, you just turn it on.
Yeah,
you realize that you always been woke.
Yeah.
But I can say like the end of 2019, I had a conversation. It was me, him, and my other cousin. Y'all know what I'm talking about though. It was me and my other cousin. My other cousin ducked off. I had that conversation. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That spiritual conversation. that really flip that switch. But now, I ain't want to cut you off, but see, they never seen you.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been telling this story, like, that's what really, okay, nah, son ain't right. This is what I've been seeing since I've been little.
Cause I remember I told you I see something in you. I said, bro, I see something in you. You don't even see it in yourself. You really him already. You just gotta know you him. You know, I started calling you God, and you start saying, damn, fam, like, I said, I know he questioned himself. Why the hell?
It was confusion.
God?
It wasn't a bad confusion. It was like,
why would
I resonated with that,
right?
I never heard that in that turn, real shit.
I said,
like,
I know he gonna question himself one day. And why the hell was 3 calling me God? What the hell? And I was like, he don't even see who he is, but he gonna see it though.
Man, I went home.
I said, when he wake up, he gonna wake up a lot of things that around him that he didn't even know he was that. His fragrance was like that.
Yeah. That's why we manipulated. That's why I said that right there.
That's why we manipulated all because of how
we say shit like that.
The old people are stuck in their ways to where they got the younger ones under them even learning shit to get stuck in their ways. But you gotta break that curse. Everybody like me being at my age, the shit I learned at teens and in my 20s, I tell everybody in their teens or their 20s and about to hit their 30s, like, life ain't hard, life ain't easy. Life can be just beautiful and peaceful if you move a certain way. And your sacrifices is cutting certain people off that mean you no good. If it ain't no good energy, high lifting, then it's draining. Then it's gonna be, and I'm talking about that go for friends, brothers, sisters, moms. It don't matter who it is. Sometimes you gotta depart yourself, because when you depart yourself and close yourself in, like what they call it, really social distance for real. You feel me? But it's something else. Isolating. When you isolate yourself from things, when you isolate yourself from things and started meditating, praying more, building more with yourself, understanding yourself more, your energy is gonna collect so much of what you was losing around everybody that you're gonna be like a magnet to anything you get around, and you gonna know the good and the bad. Once you isolate yourself now, that's like a fast. People don't know that. When you isolate yourself from people, you really fasting that way.
That's real.
You feel me? Because you get away from certain...
fasting just with food. That's
nah,
real.
it ain't just with food. You can fast away from people. You feel me? And that shit'll bring you to your better self. Like, you get so, man, elevated with things that you wouldn't even think that your mind was supposed to be on. Just staying away from certain people. Because your energy start building with God. You know, you start building with yourself, and you building with God within, you building with the nature, you building with culture, you building with trials, tribulations, everything you're going through, because your mind is so many things going on inside of it. It's a universe. And we trying to trap those good thoughts, to keep it on focus, to, you know, have an ambition for it. Like, man, I'm trying to scribe right here. I'm trying to get this figured out right here. Then I go on to the next thing. There's so many options in your mind to where you can't stick to one thing. You just gotta know how you can do that one thing, to do other things, to multitask your mind to knowing, like, your right brain, left brain. Because they don't want us to know right brain, left brain. They want us to be one way.
Right brain, that's real.
Yeah, they want it to be one way. So when you think in one way, you're gonna always have that little doubt. And that little doubt triggers 1,000 cells in your mind to fuck you up with a future for abundance. Because you doubting little things that we don't supposed to doubt at all. Common sense is the way of life. A lot of people ain't gonna say that though.
Common sense ain't common.
Yeah, you know, just being to know right from wrong will keep you alive long. If people don't understand that, like, you don't take, like they say, you don't gotta eat much to survive and goddamn keep going on in life. You can eat a handful, small as this damn lighter, pretty much, like some crackers or some peanuts
that's real.
A day, and you gonna survive. Like,
that's real.
You gonna survive through it all.
That's all you need.
You feel me? You can eat watermelon for the rest of your life and survive.
That's real.
You feel me? But people don't understand. You want to build your energy where you can share the information to others in a positive way. But you can't build your energy around a lot of people that don't got good energy. Because some people don't even know their energy, so they confuse energy. Got some people mad at the world, mad at a lot of shit. So guess what? That's anger. Yeah, that's anger. That's an energy. That's an anger. It's an energy. Yeah, it definitely is, because it's more kind of fucked up than the confused energy. The confused energy, you can stir it right, And they can steer themselves wrong. You feel me? You can steer right and they go themselves wrong because they confused. You feel me? But they can get an understanding off the bad and the good with things. But an anger energy, it don't matter if you're doing good or bad with it, it's always gonna be anger. Until it changes the self with self in. Because you gotta find peace within. You know? And a lot of people don't know how to find peace within because they just be mad at how they brought up.
Blaming everybody.
Yeah, but they blame the world when they get.
You signed this soul contract before you even came here.
Yeah, they blame the world.
But they don't know that though.
Cause when you mad with everybody. You see, you run into. You know, mad energy. They just good things can go for them, and they won't be excited for it.
I like it, man.